Yeah, here I am. Still out here. The mountain's got snow on it. And the sun's set. And Jack is happy. And I got all my wires and stuff. There were rolls of wire all over my property that the previous people left. And so I got them all stacked up around my shed there. I was thinking I could just put that all over the roof, just wire it in the roof, and you don't have to have a roof on it. And it could be my garden in there. Yeah. But see the sunset. But Forrest Fenn said, this is actually Forrest Fenn. Everybody, whoa, what's the word that's key? Forrest Fenn says there's a word that's key, and nobody's found the word that's key. Well, look up in Terry Scant. He'll tell you what the word that's key is. I thought I saw a flash over there. See, there's nothing over there. But the word that's key, he says, I think, I wrote this a few years ago, that imagination isn't a technique, it's key. It's the key. Imagination is the key. And if you got a real good imagination, you know what abstract artist has to have. If you're into art, Forrest Fenn's into art, and if you're into art and all that, then where's all this light coming off my phone? Wow. But if you're into art, if you're not into art and you don't give a fuck about abstract art, you're going to have a whole lot of trouble finding his treasure, because it's not really that the treasure isn't what the goal of the it's to find his trove. It says in the book, my trove for all to seek. I'm still waiting. I got about 2 more weeks and they do the impressions, and it's probably another 2 weeks before I have. So I'm getting close. But one of the things I really have trouble saying is Forrest Fenn. Forrest Fenn it's really hard to get those F's out without, you know? Oh, and I'm shivering because it's getting cold, and I'm not wearing a coat. I'm wearing my Forrest Fenn totem shirt. But yeah, I'm gonna go in because it's getting chilly out here. And I'll let you see my beautiful sunset. Isn't that nice? With the mountain back there. Look there. Look what's up there. You know what that is? It's an alien spaceship covered with moon dust. It's hollow. It's always pointed at us, so the antennas are always pointed at us. I think Forrest Fenn was in the secret space squadron. He's been to the moon. That's who he really is. He's really an astronaut. Yeah. Because he's not Gary Cooper, because Gary Cooper was born like 1900, would be 30 years older. No way. Gary Cooper died of cancer when he was 61. I seen my cancer doctor the other day, and she said come see her again in 6 months. And I go once a month still to they check my blood to See if I need any drained. I didn't need it drained the last time, so I'm doing good. Um, but the thumbnail picture, it's such an amazing because yeah, I'm able to take the photograph of the rocks, and I tell artificial intelligence on the computer to paint this picture, and so it uses the shading and all that. But it just adds the colors to it, and if it recognizes things, it'll use keep that face with all the solid one color and stuff. And there's just so much stuff in that picture. Let's see, I got it on the computer. I turn the camera around. Oh, oh, come on. There. No, I want that. There. So, oh, see this picture here. Look at here. Here's the guy. Here's his head. Here's his body. Here's his butt over here, and his arms are like reaching in here. That's why I put my fanatic thing right there. But you see, there's somebody in here. There's their hair, and because these are the shapes of the rocks, and the computer paints it as if it was painting a black and white picture or something. And it recognizes, see this guy over here, and his arms are reaching out here, and you know what he's doing? He's hugging this mammoth. This is a mammoth head and trunk coming down. He's hugging the mammoth. But here's, caveman here with the stick or whatever. It's just full of, here's two faces facing each other. There's somebody, bug eyes. They see the nose and the mouth in there, and there's another bit. It's just a crazy scene going on in this picture. But these two faces facing each other are also a face looking straight out. I like this up here. See? Here's like, and here's, see, kind of bent over and whatever. And there's three guys in it. There's 1, 2, 3 heads right there. It's just crazy what's right there. Because, see, the rocks are sculpted and stuff. And the computer can see it. And so it's almost, I mean, this probably looks better than it did 14,000 years ago. Because that's a crazy scene there. You can see this is a tree here, and that's another reason I put my logo there. But, yeah, there's just figures all over in there. They were very talented artists, I'd say. It's my trove for all to see. And I tell people that his stories are on the canyon walls. The school teacher, he's sitting at the desk, and the school teacher is standing over him holding the school books in her arms. It's classic teacher. I found a same type of scene on I found the kid sleeping on the desk. It looks just like the one on the rock canyon wall. And I found a school teacher holding the book. That's this classic, teacher holding the book, And so I, put them together, and it's like the same scene that's on the canyon wall. That he doesn't have a drawing of that in the book when the teacher caught him sleeping on his desk. He didn't have a drawing of that, but I found it on the canyon wall. It's described, and a picture tells 1,000 words. He reminds us, and because that's an old saying, You know, picture tells. So the stories, you know, people, kids would read the book or they'd hear the radio show and they'd have to imagine the scene going on, you know, imagine it in their head and stuff. And so, wow, where did everybody go? There was like 8 people earlier, and I haven't left the subject. This is another thing somebody brought up the last time about talking about other things besides the treasure hunt, and his book's a memoir about his life and things, and part of your chase is your life. You know, my experiences are part of the you know, the chase started when the doctor slapped your ass and you took your first breath. That's when your chase started. You know. Hey, Jason. How's it going? No new interests. These are. Yeah, I had blocked that guy, Grizzly Bear, was rude over on while I was on Sasha's, and the guy was rude as shit. You know, oh, Bill Gore was a fraud. It's like, you don't go calling people a fraud unless you got some fucking proof and you got a fucking YouTube with your fucking face on it. You know, these clowns like Jimmy Fast and people, you've never ever seen them. They never put a video out and are vulgar and shit on there. It ain't worth. They ain't worth my time. Double blazes, Jimmy Fast, Grizzly Bear. Yeah, you know, that's how I feel about him. But he said it's on Terry Scant. I think I left the page. Um, yeah, I did because I went to look up that. And see, I'll show you here. I wrote this someplace a few years ago. Maybe you'll think it's worth remembering. Imagination isn't a technique, it's a key. That's why I made the. This has a. See, I put it on there. So, and I've been going through and getting my pictures and going through pictures I took last year and finding all kinds of new stuff. I'm still, so the, you know, what I, all over winter, I've been, because I'll go out and take 2,000 pictures and it takes me, you know, quite a while to get through all the pictures I've taken and find all this stuff. And that's what he said, grab all the bananas. They're blazing bananas. The bananas are blazes. And there's more than one blaze. He's been lighting candles, some of them at both ends. So, some of the, and there's several of them that are lit at both ends, and that means there's got to be many more of them. Most of them are only lit at one end, okay? And some are lit at both ends. So these are blazes that are all along the canyon wall and everything. Oh, it's got to be there. It's got to be. And you go looking at all these places, and ain't none of them. Because the thing is, he wanted somebody to be the Indiana Jones like him and find the lost temples of doom, basically, you know, or the temples of, these are the temples of the birthplace of civilization, really, in Atlantis. This is the stuff of Atlantis and the stuff that every archaeologist would love to find Atlantis. It's what he says here. A breathtaking discovery, the thrill of a breathtaking discovery, right there on the sleeve. The He's got a card up his sleeve, okay? And there's the card up his sleeve, you know, and, and someone else say, how okay, well, what do you mean his will? So, okay, say you're giving you got a $1-2 million chest that you're giving away. There's going to be some, the IRS is going to want, unless it's something in your will. If it's not in your will, then it's like, it'd be a bunch of legal BS, And so putting it in his will, he's gone. He's out of the picture. He doesn't have to worry about it anymore. He's done with it. He's done coveting the treasure chest, and then you can have it. That's if you're brave, you're an abstract artist. If you're brave, you see pareidolia things. If you're brave, you're riding in that Ford that I got out in my shed, out there in the word wood cut out of the forest, the big 300-foot meadow, the word wood, sitting on that seat cushion. It had springs in it. I'll tell you that. It had springs in the seat cushion because I found that too. And I'm going to go get it this summer. I'm going to go, the road ain't going to be open till sometime next month. Well, it should be open. It should be open early next month because I was up there last week when I went up and searched, and it looked like the road was drying out. And they say it's mud season, so it's drying out. And but I know exactly where to go get the springs, and I'm just gonna do it to make a video, And I'll probably go and bring my metal detector and look around a little more because I didn't have my newer metal detector when I was there the last time. But it's just one of the places. And you think about it, you got the whole path of the treasure might be 40, 50 miles from where warm waters halt to the from one end of the rainbow to the other end of the rainbow, and it's somewhere in the middle of there. And people, we'll just go get it. He says there's 10 billion blazes out there. He said, grab all the bananas. Blazes are bananas. There's more than one. His father's lighting candles, some of them at both ends. Double blazes, a candle burning at both ends. That's double blazes, Yeah, I've got to see. I'm wearing a T-shirt today because it's warmed up, and my double blaze sweatshirt's too warm, but I'll probably have it on in an hour. Got to get the T-shirt one, and I wish they. Where they get I wish they had it so you can get something down the sleeve. I want it with the stuff on, and then Fanatic on the sleeve or whatever. But I guess the way to do that is just buy the iron-on, buy the transfers, and make my own shirts. Oh my God, I got off subject and talked about shirts for a minute, but yeah, he's imagination, and and that's what people say. Oh, it's not really. That's just your imagination that makes you see the stuff on the rocks. No, it isn't just my imagination because somebody put a hell of a lot of work into that 14,000 years ago. Okay, let's take the Mona Lisa and leave it outside for 14,000 years and see if you could recognize that it's any kind of art after that. I don't think so. But in rock it lasts a little longer, but it's still got stuff growing on it, and pieces have fallen off. The Sphinx doesn't have a nose. The Sphinx was actually Anubis. They had Anubis paw. It was there's other statues of Anubis that are exactly the same as the base of the Sphinx, and so the top of the Sphinx was the collar of Anubis. The top of the head of the Sphinx was the collar of Anubis, and the head was up above. It was a lot bigger than it is now. But so the Egyptians find it, and they took that because the Anubis was here 14,000 years ago, and now and then 7,000 years ago it's in Egypt. You know, so it came from here and went there. There are a lot of people like Terry Carter. It's just it's not. He has a lot of people ain't sunk in that the Egyptian stuff in the Grand Canyon isn't Egyptian stuff. It's American Atlantis stuff. The stuff in Egypt is American Atlantis stuff. It's part of the old Atlantis. They were trading across the oceans, and I saw something. They found some old ship that was put together some way, that was 3,000 years old or something. Some ship, and it was mostly there. So, but it told them that they were able to go on the sea. So, and they had large vessels. These vessels, like you say, vessels. Till I get some. See, we can do this. I can put those on there. Yeah, that's like Chevy Chase. Yeah, Chevy Chase was. Yeah. But the bio ones don't match them. So those are so shitty. You get back, get back, JoJo. Yeah, you see, there's a video on YouTube, a Joe Meek story, and it was some reenactor who impersonates Joe Meek and tells the story of Joe Meek. Yeah, I'm feeling better, so yeah. Well, at least it's not Dale's. That's one thing I can't understand. And I don't know. I don't think K-Pro or any of them watch because they still don't have a clue. And I've given out most of all the clues. But ignorance is the enemy of the treasure hunter. When you flat out, because I watch all the shows. I watch them. Some I'm not allowed to comment on and stuff. I watch them. I watch them gypsies and all them people. I don't really like them, but I watch them, and I'm like, what fools all? Someday I'm going to be sitting here, and the treasure chest is going to be down here right out of view, and I'm going to be playing with the nuggets and recording a video of them on the watching the, or I'll have a treasure chest on my desk with their video, them streaming, and I'm gonna improv. What is that show? Mystery Science Theater. Them, while I'm playing with the gold nuggets. That's going to be such a blast. So I think I'll do that for about a year. And then then I could just get a hold of some producer and say, hey, man, I got some video for you to edit. You got a whole series on it, and everybody talking about and they don't let their imagination go where mine is gone. That guy's crazy. Yeah. No. The guy figured out the other crazy guy that hid the thing. You got to be just as crazy as the guy that hid it. Black cherry. I'd rather have blackberry. Tell not to quit its day job. Tell beer not to quit its day job. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't drink beer. Where was I? I had a note in here. Something here that my friend Kurt Bell, he's Softy Papa on YouTube. Maybe he's Kurt Bell. I don't know. Let's start. There is a wilderness behind this page. It's someplace invisible to some, evident to others, beautiful to a few, and perhaps deadly to anyone who can't find their way back. I've left some signs within to a way out. It isn't easy, but then there's a worthwhile. Rarely it, but then what's worthwhile rarely is easy. I did not write this book to lure you to death, but to show you a way and a way to good living, the way that I found, a way which works. No magic is necessary, no trust, no faith, no courage, and resolve, and a will to live. So turn the page now. If you're curious, come alone to a very real place. Leave your treasure behind. You won't need it where you're headed now. And this guy never heard of Forrest Fenn when he wrote this book. That's what gets me. He never heard of it. He writes a book going alone. That's just, it's all about, it's the same thing. Where's he got his, up at his website up here. You should have it in here somewhere. I thought it was on the stickers. In the first pages. Warning, do not go alone into the wild unless you are willing to accept the very real risk of suffering and dying alone. Take some precaution to let others know where you will be and when you will depart and return. Bring something to save your life, such as a first aid kit and a satellite GPS phone or emergency beacon. Again, don't go alone unless you are willing to accept the very real risk of suffering and dying alone and are willing to accept the responsibility for bringing pain to those who love and care about you. So, it's about going, and he sends me a rock that has a figure. It's like, man, I see there's spirits in that rock, man. So he's a guru, kind of. Yeah, Kurt Bell. And he got it on the back. This book is for those who, when they were young, preferred gazing out the school bus window rather than socializing, looking past the landscape, sliding by to an unseen horizon where thoughts move quietly from one disconnected moment to the next. um, Gosh, I had some other things that I had on my mind about the treasure hunt before I stumbled on the key. Well, I knew that what the key. Imagination is the key. Um, just the woman that he said, if you're not good at something, be an abstract artist, because like was Van Gogh or whatever, Picasso. What it's just a oh yeah, there's a square with a circle on it. That's the torso and the head. You know, you gotta use your imagination and see what's in like that over there. But that's not imagine. Actually, Anubis is carved in the rock, and I made that art poster out of it. Because yeah, I made a few others of that. I already closed them. Um, yeah, it's amazing what I found, and I can't get some of the archaeologists here, like the one of the Forest Service, to recognize. Oh, this pareidolia. Like I'm like, oh man, you're the dumbest archaeologist I've ever. There was a lot of dumb archaeologists. They can't accept it. But I think the reason Forrest is preoccupied, he's writing a book that's going to come out after he passes away. It's going to tell everybody what happened and how it worked and what the rules were. He makes his own rules. He made his own rules for this game that he's playing. And he dealt you your cards. He dealt everybody the same cards. um, they don't even have any archaeologists there anymore. The one in Alamosa I was talking to, he went to Gunnison, or not Gunnison. He went to what's that? What's that? It's over the other end of the. Maybe it is Gunnison. No, it's not Gunnison. I'd have to open up the map. I'll open up the one that don't have to have the internet for. Yeah, I found a rock with Big Whoopie on it. It was like, wow, man, that looks like Big Whoopie. and just find a good-looking rock, find a substitute. Things where he says to find, and you'll notice if you go through the thrill of the chase, there are very few times that he uses the word there. Where is it? There it is. Where there is, that's where the treasure is. Where there is. Where is there? Durango. Yeah, the professor went to Durango. So, and the other one retired. There were two of them there, and now I don't know what they got there, The one retired, but he still got his office there. Gave him a poster with one of my cards and stuff, and no reply or nothing. That's kind of rude. I don't know, if someone gives you a gift, you reply to them, I guess, somewhat, email at least or something. But I think the boss one was the one that retired was thinking pareidolia, but the one that went to Durango, he really liked what I had. You know, he could see what I was seeing. That I have a lot of. There's just too much, and it's like one person next to the other, and they're all stacked up. And one, uh, it's multi-layered. It's four-dimensional, basically. Blah, 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 blah. It's tasty, tasty. Only 9 clues. Uh, um, they those things get you to the wood. The poem can get you to the wood, but remember there are two omegas. There's two of everything in the chest. You do the poem twice. Boom boom. It's a mirror. The mirror effect. You got getting there and getting out of there. you know, but it's like getting to where the wood is and finding where the Model A, that old Ford cowl was in the D of wood. I got a lot of D's. Well, he didn't like D's too much, and that's where that. If you're brave, you get the D. You go in the D and find the Ford in the wood, and you find the seat cushion springs in the down by the creek, way ahead of the car. It's like he mentioned the cushions, he mentioned the car, he mentioned the creek. All these parts are here. You know, it's old couch cushions had springs in them because they didn't have the foam that we have now. You know, they had springs with cotton padding on them and stuff. They didn't have foam, and now they're just foam cushions. The seat cushion now is just a foam pad, but back in that, before the '70s and stuff, it was all spring cushions. So, or it was down feather filled or. It was a nice day today. I moved the wire over by my shed, and Bill was the last time he had. When was the last? When was the last time I had some herb? Let me see. Like this stuff. Yeah. You see, alcoholics. Oh, you can drink all they want. Oh my God, he got marijuana. Oh my God. You know? Forrest Fenn even brings up Quanah Parker going to the peyote church. Yeah. Well, what do you think that's about? Huh? It's about hallucinating. You know? It's about imagination. It's about seeing shapes and rocks. That's what it's about. You got to go talk to Jesus. Don't pray through the wall to the sky. Go talk to him yourself, you know? There's Jack. I better hang on a second. I want to let Jack in. He's pretty desperate. Come on, buddy. Come on. You coming in? Nope. He ain't. Okay, I'll leave the door like that. Of course, let me in, let me in. You open the door and he sits there. Yeah. I just watched this video of these guys out metal detecting. The guy finds a 1857 gold coin, and it's like right out of the mint. And anytime you pull a coin out of a hole, when you dig a hole, always check your hole. They say check your hole. That means run the metal detector over it again. Make sure that there's nothing else in there. Yeah, boop, beep, beep. Yeah, boop. Pull out another one. 1863, I think it was. And then, boom, boom. He had pulled out a smaller one, a quarter ounce gold coin, It was half the size of the 5 or something. But they're all British coins, but they're here. They found them in America. And then he found another one of the $5 coins, gold coins, 1857 this time, It's like, wow, man. That's like probably $5,000, because it's not just the weight of the gold. Those are from the 1850s, and they were pristine, So you pick them up, you want to wash them off with water. You don't want to rub them, scratch them, or nothing. Keep them as perfect as possible. That was a cool video. I don't need my map program. So how long have I been on? 41 minutes. And I kind of talked about, if you weren't here at the beginning, Forrest said, I wrote this someplace a few years ago, and maybe you'll think it's worth remembering. Imagination isn't a technique, it's a key. So what's the key word? Imagination. Imagination is the key. Yeah. And the blazes, and people can't go, we can't. Man, I can't. No, Corbin's crazy. Well, it's in your imagination. A lot of people, if it's they say pareidolia is your imagination. Well, that's boom, damn. Toby can't even see anything in the drawings or anything. And I found the Biddy's boy on the side of the hill, right next to the Rockwell boy, and the Rockwell boy's in another place a half mile from there. And I found lots of figures sitting in chairs, sitting on the banco, stuff like that. There's people sitting on this. There's all kinds of people in thrones and things, and it's just crazy out there. People don't. You've all been taught. You haven't been taught the reality of ancient history. Is what this changes the whole world history, because it doesn't start in the Middle East. It starts here. Oh man, thing wasn't scrolling. We're drinking alongside with you. Cheers. Yeah, thanks. Colorado can have all the shrooms they want. Talk about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. When's that take effect? I might need it for spiritual purposes. I'm going to go share some with Quanah Parker. Ooh, my stomach just growled. I got leftover sloppy Joe to heat up. Because, you don't have to chew it much. Doesn't take much. The top gums are feeling a lot better. That was a whew. But, and then I don't know what I told him, when you make my dentures, make sure that the teeth are the size teeth that I lived with all my life. I've seen people with the dentures, and they got these little tiny, like baby teeth. It's like, don't give me baby teeth. Don't give me teeth that are made for a woman's mouth. I'm descended from frickin' Hercules. He's my 130th great grandfather. I did the family tree all the way back there. Noah's like 140 generations. Hercules is 10 generations down from Noah. Hmm. Yeah. And I gotta try and eat my Eggos, I guess. I guess they'll be okay. I could probably do those. I, I can chew a little bit with my gums, but oh, can't wait to get those new ones. Um, yeah, some of the stuff they brought up in their videos the other day, I can't remember what Sasha had a video today, and um, I don't know. I give them great. I give everybody great clues, but it's never the great clues that they pick up on and think that it means anything. Where was it? Oh, the triangles and triangulation. Yeah, is where is it? Where is it? I'll show you, Sasha. You're here watching. Triangulation, the end of the rainbow. um, and and one of the things it talks about the rainbow house at the end of the rainbow. No, the rainbow vendor is the first story. The rainbow vendor came to town. The first place he went was the church. Wouldn't it be splendid, he said to the preacher, to display one of my rainbows over your church for Sunday mornings? He opened the case, and the rainbow sprang up, arching over the church and down the other side. Everyone in the town would know where to find your house of worship, framed by the perfect handiwork of the Creator. The preacher explained, the rainbow, warily, my friend, he said. I would like you to think about what you just said. Excuse me, asked the rainbow vendor. That's it. That isn't a rainbow. The rainbow vendor did not know what to say. It spans the heavens, the preacher said, and it certainly is glorious to behold. But the rainbow the Creator promises not to destroy the world. If you claim that kind of power, you will be judged for it in the last days. Well, the rainbow vendor thought, okay, I'm not going to read the whole story. Get the book. Okay, well, I'll hit you in on there's a moral. Well, it is only 3 pages. Yeah. Okay. I reached down the pole, held him, up to the okay, well, anyhow, he was trying to sell something he didn't have really, go buying rainbows. um, let's see, what else? Anything else? Anything else I should bring up? There's nothing on it. They expect the law to take effect May 16th, just in time for the weekend. So red tape to cut through. Yeah. No, they up in my search area, the ones with the red ones with the white speckles grow up there. I've never tried one of them. No. Um, We'd have to have a professional prepare it. Yeah, I wouldn't do that without a professional preparing it. Probably be real good in combination with the other ones. But the psilocybin mushrooms, they're not bad. They taste bad. You gotta like eat them with vegetable soup or something so you don't taste them. Some people throw up after they eat them. I never did. Oh, you want to be with good people. You don't want to be with people that want to uh, think it's fun to fight and hit people for nothing and assholes. You don't want to be around assholes when you do it. It's a double blazes. People with black hats. Don't do them with people with black hats. You want to have a white rabbit around. When I was walking out toward the front of my property to get there was a roll of wire up fence, that square fence wire, roll of it, and I was going up there, and jackrabbit took off. Jack took off. and then the rabbit turns left, right where a bird takes off. And so the bird goes right, the rabbit goes left, and Jack went after the bird. Didn't see where the rabbit went. I think I can have another one of those. You think I can have another one of those? Had mine on pizza. That was years ago. Yeah. But the day I got fired at Ford Aerospace, we knew we were getting fired, and we went to lunch, went to the pizza parlor, and put our own mushrooms on the pizza. I went back to work to get fired. It was some bullshit because you can't trust people you work with a lot. It's like terrible. You can't trust people. I gotta have another mics. Yeah. So we cracked this one open. What's the key word? Okay, I can tell you again. I don't mind. At least you're here watching, right? The key word, Forrest, it's on Terry Scant too. You can look it up. I wrote this someplace a few years ago, and maybe you'll think it's worth remembering. Imagination isn't a technique, it's a key. What kind are you smoking? Oh, it wasn't as potent as the other stuff. It was Hey, when I got glasses on, and everybody wants, let's print for the vision of a 10-year-old. Hey, when you're 60 and 70, and you got reading glasses, I still can't freaking see it. I only got a small cataract. Strawberry cough. Yeah, it's called strawberry cough because they grow it right there at Strawberry Fields. Strawberry fields forever. I'm pretty sure that I solved the poem. You're trying to don't make me laugh. Forrest said the key word was uh, con- contentment. Yeah. Oh, he said contentment. Bill. Was Bill the key word, or is it contentment? No. It says right there, I wrote this someplace a few years ago, and maybe you'll think it's worth remembering. Imagination isn't a technique, it's a key. It's a key. Imagination is a key. That's Forrest Fenn said it. No, I read what was on Terry Skint that he said. And it had the F, after it. I would be in New Mexico next weekend looking at my spot once I found those Easter eggs throughout his quotes. Yeah, colored Easter eggs. Some of this, I mean, I don't know if he may have seen some of the shapes of it, but I don't think he imagined it going through the art generator I put it through that paints the scene it's like you paint it like Renault or Wright or what was that guy's name? Daniel Wright, I think it was, or whatever, or paint it like Picasso, or paint it like Da Vinci's in there. You can have it painted like Da Vinci, or he's the one that painted the Mona Lisa. Yeah. So and it'll paint what the computer sees. It'll paint it like it was one of those artists, and it paints this thing in, and it's like boom! It just restored 14,000 years of erosion and destruction to the artwork that these ancient people did here, and there's so many mammoths and stuff, and they're not spearing them and hunting them. They're riding on them, and they're hugging them, and they're praying to them, worshiping them, as if that there's a god inside that mammoth. They're an idol. and, and how do you build the pyramids? With freaking elephants. Oh, we don't know how they moved those blocks. They used elephants, you dumbass. Yeah, you dumbass archaeologists, they used fucking elephants. They didn't have Ford F-350s. They had woolly mammoth and Colombian mammoth. As his talk in higher education alludes to the amount of studying he did on every aspect of the special spot. That's great. Well, Leo Salazar showed him where Moses was, that's where the blaze. Moses is a blaze. He goes down to fire escape. That's why in Stout-Hearted Men, he's got black pants, dark pants, from going down to fire escape. And so you find him down there, and then it's like, okay, where's the story go from here? And then this picture I used for that last thing, and I see the guy leaning there like he's reaching in behind a tree. He's in the belly high grass and picking up the tombstone in there, looking. There's a lot of them that are holding the tombstones, but they're not holding tombstones. They're holding their dead lover or their dead loved one, whatever. Ye Old Gallery. I got a bunch of new art. I can look at let's see. I'll show you my directory of. Let me see. Uh, you see that elephant there, huh? You can't tell that's the freaking elephant, and there are people hugging it and client holding on to it, and it's like people on top, you know, in front of it and in it, and yeah. But let's see, it's 4 across. There's 4. Whoop. I do them with the different whoop, different they have different techniques you can use, you know. These are cool. You can see the people standing in here and stuff. In here, all across there. I like this. This one I use for my profile picture. See, the other one only had like one eye, or it was like down here. See, it's only got the one. And so for my profile picture, I copied that eye over the other side so that it had 2 eyes. uh, if, yeah, if he did. You see here, this guy here standing here. There's people in, you know. This big guy standing there. His face here looking to the right. So this is how much art I got, you know. There, see, you see that skull? Skull in the. These are trees, and there's a skull in there. See, these are branches of the trees, and there's a skull back in there. Big giant one. You see people in there? Takes imagination is the key. Yeah. There's Thoth on fire riding the ibis. There's the Thoth there. Riding the ibis. That's said it was Forrest Fenn fly fishing. Cause you see there's a stick coming out here, looked like a fishing pole. Oh, that was zoomed in too much. You can't see them all. Yeah, this one's a cool one. So I gotta do a GoFundMe to get a gallery going, you know, and man, I need a business partner, and let's start a gallery. And look at all this art I got, man. See, it's obvious. See, it has a big head in there. There's 2 faces here, like Mardi Gras mask. This is all off canyon walls. See, it's like some royal people walking around there, huh? It's overlapping and skulls and elephants. See the elephants here? The big elephant in the trunk coming all the way down. And another one with the trunk curled up here. It's big, see eyes and the hair. There's the elephant, and it's, you know, it's multiple things. Back off again. Look where the scroll is. The scroll is way up here. Watch. I could fill a warehouse with paintings, with art. See the people in there? See the three head? All these people, these women, like, it's like this guy over here. Oh, get my mouse off of it. They're like holding a baby or a fish or something. Is that a banana? Uh-huh. You see the faces in there? Yeah, I know who Brown is. He's dead. He died in 2013. David Jennings Brown. Yeah, it makes some nice art. You see the profile of this face? Look, see, there's right down the middle, and there's a face looking in from each side. See, there's an eye and a mouth. Here's the mouth on the other one, and the eye and the nose. Uh, those are from rocks. And look at all the, see this guy in here? This guy down here? People up here. And they're down there. And they're up there. So yeah, you know, an abstract gallery would go nuts over this stuff. This one's cool. And you know, the thing, you know, abstract, you see what you see. Yeah. What's the Santa Fe? Santa Fe's on the map. Yeah. He's being cryptic when he said that. North, see her in there. Somebody there. It's a cool picture. You know. Yeah, it's more than 8.25 miles east of San Francisco. See, there's two people there. This guy smoking something? You see a person down there? Another person there? And there was an elephant next to him. You see that right there? The gray is the elephant. This is a mammoth. Oop, back off. Oh yeah, see these guys down in the bottom right? See him? Looking at you with one eye? This guy over there. You people, everybody's looking for the treasure. It's the trove. My trove for all to seek. And I'm showing you the trove. These are the bananas I've collected. And no, nobody else has any bananas. Look, see that person standing there? That's a native. There's another person right here, right behind him. You see, this is artwork left by ancient people that's unpublished and unrecognized. It's not on the map. You got to have a good map to get there, but once you get there, the rest of the instructions aren't on the map. Okay, we're gonna switch back around because my arm's getting tired of holding the camera. Oh, phone. Oh. Now let's see what everybody's saying here. He said because people are ripping up Santa Fe looking for it. Well, explore Native American culture. Well, exploring trips in the father. Yeah. I don't know what else found this because like the stuff that's in the Rockwell drawing is there on the canyon wall and it's been there for 14,000 years. So Rockwell wasn't the original. That was why Forrest Fenn, when someone questioned him about Rockwell, oh, I didn't know Rockwell did that. Because according to him, it was done 14,000 years ago. Rockwell didn't. Rockwell copied it out. Well, he camping there and seeing it, and just like Picasso. Picasso got his idea for that drawing that's in the Once Upon a While. That thing where it says Picasso and it has this rock sculptures and stuff, and there's been paintings of that and all that. But that was an idea that he got from ancient cave art in Yugoslavia or Turkey or some, yeah, I don't know, some cave in Austria maybe. I don't know. I can't remember where the hell the cave was. Maybe it was in France, but there was ancient cave art that gave him the idea for his art, and like Salvador Dali, he got the ideas for a lot of his art from seeing stuff out in nature, from pareidolia and stuff. That's where he got his stuff from. Yeah. 48. Oh, my freaking left arm's hurting. Oh, check my pulse. Beep, beep. I've checked this, and like if I haven't smoked, it'd be down in the 80s. My oxygen, like 85, 86, 87. If I take a toke of some of that marijuana, my oxygen goes up to 93, 94. And so you can't say that's bad. It helps me get more oxygen. It helps me breathe better. I get more oxygen. Right now it's like 90, 91. What are you doing, Jack? Huh? See, I got the door open, so he's not whining to get in and out. But sometimes the coyotes come by and visit him. Yoop, yoop, yoop. He says because people were ripping up Santa Fe. Taos. Yeah, I can see Taos from here. And it looks like the snow we had a couple days ago is receding back up the hill because I can see, I know where the snow level was on the mountain before it snowed, and the snow level's getting back up to where it was before it snowed this last way. And if it's like that, then I can go check some of my areas again. I figure when I got some appointments coming up, I'll go up there. If I'm driving that far, anyhow, I gotta go to my mailbox and pick up prescriptions. But yeah, word is key is imagination. Look it up. Terry Scant. Yeah. Where to go? I had it there. Boop, boop, boo. And what does it say? It was the Graciela experience. Must be one of the stories in his one of his scrapbooks. Graciela experience. And he says at the end of that where'd it go? Oh. No, it was in Heck with Those Guys. A scrapbook called Heck with Those Guys. And I wrote this someplace a few years ago, and maybe you'll think it's worth remembering. Imagination isn't a technique, it's a key. Forrest. So. Yeah, I never hear any of the other channels say, hey, Bill Gorman came up with something great. Except Sasha brought up that I recognized that was Willie. That she was dog sitting Willie, and she put a picture. She just said she was dog sitting, a friend's dog, and I said that looks like Willie, and I posted a picture of Willie. Willie. You know why his name's Willie? You know what? You know why his name is Willie? I'll tell you why his name is Willie. What's going on? Oh, I'm losing power. Okay, have a good night. We'll see you.